Howdy everyone. I'm back at it again. It's a beautiful morning for some kayak fishing. So I'm out here today at one of my favorite little lakes. It's actually the 4th of July today, and this is kind of a hidden in the woods, carry-in access type lake. Should be as quiet of a spot as any on the holiday. But it's also got some big bass I'm after today. Got a really neat lure we're going to toss around out here today too. What I've got here is an alligator lure. So I follow a couple swimbait pages on Facebook. On one of those pages, I saw a guy was making and selling these alligator swimbaits. Johan Lures is his name, or the name of his page, I should say. But I reached out to him, said, hey, those are pretty cool looking, I'll take one. So I got one of these in my hands. Take a quick look at his action. Pretty typical topwater swimbait wiggle. It is a pretty good sized lure though, so I'm hoping for a few big bites out here today. Really kind of an interesting looking lure too. I guess we'll find out if Minnesota bass like to eat alligators. Well, that profile really could be a number of things. Snake, lizard, fish on the surface. If it moves and it can fit in those fish's mouths, it's fair game for dinner. Or breakfast, I should say. Got a couple loons out here fishing too. Yeah, absolutely perfect morning to be out here in the kayak. We'll fish around and see what we can catch. I actually bought this alligator lure intending to try it on pike and muskie, and I did throw it out on the river there where I do a lot of muskie fishing on one trip, but as you can hear, he doesn't make a whole heck of a lot of commotion. And usually for pike and muskie, I really like the loud lures, crawlers, ploppers, lures of that nature. But I think he should be a really good one for this lake. It's a good covering water kind of lure, and usually that's the name of the game on this lake. Cover water until I get my lure in front of a big hungry bass. But it's got really clear water out here too, so that lure doesn't have to make a whole lot of noise to get the attention of those fish. Did I throw that right onto a lily pad? No, I think I missed it. Good. I was trying to get it close, but not that close. There we go. Oh yeah, that's a nice fish. Come back here, you. Oh, almost had him. There we go. Look at that. And that's what I was hoping to find out here today. Really nice bass for the first fish of the day. Got him right off the edge of the lily pads up there. Gave that gator a little pause, and this guy absolutely crushed it. I'll get a quick length on this fish. First one of the day, 19 1/4. Man, that is a heck of a start. Off he goes. Yeah, he smashed that gator hard too. It was like the second cast after I got back over here to this side. I went and tried over there for a little bit. Didn't get any action. Pretty much picked up right where I left off over here and got my gator smashed. Well, I think I'm just going to keep fishing my way along the lily pad edge here. A lot of times on this lake, that's about where I'll see the big bass roaming around anyway. Right along that outer edge. I'll give it a few casts out a little bit deeper too. Like so. There we go. Oh, don't you jump. I still got him. Get up here, get in the net. All right, fish number 2. This one is definitely hanging out a little bit deeper than that first one. Yeah, there are cabbage weeds just about everywhere out here on this lake. I mean, they go about 100 yards out from shore in a lot of places. Look at that. What a beautiful fish. Came up and blasted the gator. Awesome. I got something. I got something here, you guys. Oh, it's a big one. Oh, it's a big one. Oh, it's a giant. Oh, get in here. Hey, that's how I get hooks in my hand there, little buddy. Third fish of the day. Not much bigger than my lure. So the gator will catch little bass too, apparently. I think I just accidentally hooked that one. I think he was going to check it out and I just happened to get my hook in him. Well, it's been about an hour now since I've been bit. But it's easy to stay motivated on this lake. For one, I mean, it's just beautiful out here. Just spending the day out here not even catching a fish is still a pretty good day. But I've also caught my 2 biggest bass on this lake, so knowing that any cast here I could possibly catch the biggest bass I've ever caught, there's plenty of motivation to keep plugging away. Well, it's been kind of slow going the past couple hours, but we've got some clouds moving in now, so I'm hoping that'll make these fish cooperate a little bit more. Yeah, I was starting to wonder if the big bass were hanging out real shallow, but I tossed my hollow body frog. I got about a dozen shallow spots up there and a whole lot of nothing. Well, I didn't get the strike on camera. I wasn't really paying attention there, but it's a nice fish at least. Half decent one. That's actually a nice fish right there. Nice chunky bass on the alligator swim bait. Well, I had to work for that one a little bit. It's been a couple hours now since I caught the last big one. The last one about that same size. But we have had some clouds move in, so I'm hoping that's gonna get these fish into more of a topwater smashing kind of mood. There we go. You stay hooked. That's a big fish, you guys. It's maybe not quite as big as I thought, but he's a nice one. Yeah, I will take me one of those. Nice. Big old chunky bass came up and hammered the gator lure. Yeah, I think I actually got that strike on camera too. Well, that's good to see after a couple of hours of not much action. Two fish pretty much back to back within about 10 minutes of each other. Well, I didn't get the strike of this fish on camera because I just went to reset my GoPro with my lure sitting about 5 feet in front of the kayak, and this guy hit. Oh, you come back here. I'm trying to keep him from jumping. Yeah, my GoPro was flashing dead battery, so I let that lure sit about right there. Well, I did a quick battery swap. Just as I was getting my GoPro turned back on, that guy hit. All right, you guys, that's gonna do it for today's trip. I think I'm gonna head back to the launch. Yeah, since it's a holiday today, I'm only gonna fish for half the day. I'll head home and spend a little time with my family the rest of the day, I think. It was a fun morning out here in the kayak, though. We found out that bass do eat gators. It was a little bit of a tough bite out here today. I had to work for those fish. I don't think they're hitting topwater quite as good as they could be, but we got a handful of nice bass on that gator lure. Kind of an interesting lure, fun one to fish. Big shout out and thanks to Johan Lures for making that sweet gator swim bait. Yeah, put some fish in the kayak out here today. I had fun. It was a perfect morning to be out here doing some fishing. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I sure did. Thanks for coming along with me again. I'll see you next time.